Okay, so we're back. Get working on this tub again. We got our JB weld on there. It's just kind of set up. My first video, I screwed up a little bit with the cam. I didn't have it looking far enough down, so it was a little hard to see what I was doing. That's pretty much normal for trial and error with the camera, I guess. Like you say, this is the first time I've actually been using it, so we'll see what happens. So I got to use a grinder to grind this down with the sanding pads on them. So these are flop discs. This one here will do metal, wood, and plastics. This one will just do metal. Yeah, this one's obviously cheaper. So I'm gonna go with the cheap one. Oh darn! I forgot my. Gotta go get my bolt for that, or nut for it. Another thing with grinding any kind of materials, it's probably good to wear a mask, a dust mask, anyways, to keep the dust out. So I have a half mask, which I'll use for this, so you won't be able to hear me. And of course, when the grinder's on, it's probably going to get really loud as well. There's another thing with the grinder, is a good thing to use earplugs too, which I will. I don't like shoving things in my ears, so I use earmuffs on, and we'll get to a little bit of grinding here. Right, well, that was working just a little too good. It's taking it down a lot quicker than I thought it was going to. So what I'm going to do is I'll go jump onto do it with a palm sander. Alright, so back here with a little palm sander here. And with a little 150 grit here, see how that works. I'll probably have to obviously go get a lot finer for doing the finished part, just to make it extra smooth. This stuff all goes by, the quality or the finished work that you get. Oops. All depends on how good your prep is. Now you see that grinder took this down pretty quick, but it's pretty grooved up too, so that's why I decided to use the palm sander. Definitely a lot better. So one of the nice things of the palm sander, of course, it don't make as much dust as what the grinder does. It doesn't put as much into the air. It kind of just falls straight to the ground, which ain't too bad. So as you can see, the palm sander is definitely working a lot better. Grinder was just a little too quick. Ground it down pretty quick. So I'll go ahead and finish these guys up. And then I'll come back with them with a lot finer sandpaper, just to make it smoother. And then I'll be back for when I get that done. Alright, so I'll be back in a few hours here. Alright, so I'm back. I got that stuff sanded down. You know, really, I got some rough stuff in here a little bit still. I can feel a little bit of a dent. So really, if I wanted a finer finish, you know, or a nicer looking finish, so you didn't see the pits and holes, I would re-JB weld this and go at her again. But I don't want to do that. I'm not worried about this looking 100% perfect because it's an old tub anyways. I just wanted it to look better than what it was. So now what we have is the next stage of this. There's a cleaning kit you get for cleaning these up before you put the enamel on, that you need to use. It helps the enamel stick and stuff. And the unfortunate part of that is, in order to do that, you have to rinse it off with warm soapy water. And you know, of course, there's no way I'm getting this tub outside to do this. Not a chance in hell. It's so heavy. So I'm at a stage here where now what I'm going to have to do is hook it back up to the drain so that I can put water in this without having it go all over the floor, hopefully. And then the other thing is because I have this side to work on and everything, I don't want it to be right up against my unfinished wall there. So I'm going to try and put her in there in a bit of an angle. So, as I said, this thing's so heavy. Get around, I could just use that. Alright, so it looks like we're there. This floor in the bathroom too is not level neither, so something I'm learning about these. I'm learning about with these old houses. Oh, I know. He's for the drain there. Okay. Starting to get a little overcrowded with stuff here, so I should get rid of the crap I don't need. Yeah, this is the guy I wanted right here. Sitting right under my nose. Normally. Okay, so this little bit of brown stuff on this rubber here. It's plumber's putty from when I had this put it in before. Alright, so I'll see if I can't. Put this guy in here. Come on, baby. Get on here now. I'm hoping this ain't gonna leak on me. Now, when you put these in, you put plumber putty underneath this, and that squishes down and out, and then you just wipe the putty off, right? And that gives you a seal in there. So I figured it's probably going to leak a little bit on me here, but hopefully not too much. I just don't want to do the putty, you have to take it off and do the putty again. I don't want to have to waste the putty. Alright, so we're about, looks like we're ready for doing our wash down here. So, let's get the stuff here. What do I get here? So we need, this is TSP, which we'll need after we've scrubbed her down with this stuff. Okay, and then they also give you a pad here to use. So this is a sponge side, this is like a sandpaper side. Alright, a little interruption there, the phone rang, but nobody important. Alright, so this is larger, almost too small. Wonder if I should just, you know what? Ooh, I think I'm going to grab a vacuum and just suck up some of that dirt there. Bag out of here. Yeah, this place didn't have much for storage. It does have a basement, but the way they have the stairs and everything is just horrible. So I'm going to put in a new set of stairs so I have better access to it and be able to utilize it for storing stuff. But the concrete, the floor also leaks, so I got to do some concrete injections. So that'll be another project. Alright, so go ahead and start doing our scrub down. Now, like it says, this stuff is supposed to remove rust, soap, scum, grime, all that kind of nifty stuff. So, alright, so we got our cleaning stuff down. I gave her a scrub down with it. As you can see, the stuff does kind of dry up a little bit. So now I need to rinse it. So rather than running back and forth from the kitchen sink with a pail of warm water and trying to rinse this stuff out, I'm going to build myself a little line so that I can put the, I'll put the shower head, be able to put the shower head on it and use that to rinse it out. It'll be a lot easier. Right, so one of the first things I did when I bought this house, it used to be steel piping all downstairs for the house, and I changed it all over to PAX. So that kind of helps, makes this a little bit easier. So this stuff, I don't want to use 90s to put a T into it, so it's kind of like the longer you cut it, it's a little more flexible it is. So we'll just cut up, say about there, 2 pieces around here. Don't have to be exactly perfect, that's for sure. Alright. And then we got, because I already have the other ends and the main line for the tub there, so we'll just go with these ones. Oh, come on. Yeah, crimp this one here. Very hard to do. So I like using these. I know other people tell me they don't like to use these because they're not as good as the solid copper ones. But what I like about them is that you can get them off if you have to. The other thing I like about these ones is that the tool for crimping them is right here, and these, you know, fit in a lot tighter space compared to the other ones. Again, with these ones, you just put the guy in there. As soon as it starts to crimp, it'll lock, as you can see, and then it'll pop up on its own once it's far enough. Ooh, I might have almost missed that one. Well, good thing this is only something temporary that I don't have to worry about too much, right? So what I'm going to actually do here now is I'll actually screw these guys on before sticking the T on this, because otherwise if they're together it's going to be a little bit of a pain in the butt. So let's do that first. Normally I wouldn't bother with the Teflon. But I am, because I just don't want it to leak. And I don't have a washer that I can put in there with them. And of course, if you put this Teflon tape on the wrong way, when you screw whatever it is onto this, it'll take it off. So you make sure you put it the right direction. Come on. Just in an awkward spot, and I'm trying not to drop this. So the way that you're going to screw onto it is the way that you want this to go, right? So that, you know, you put it on clockwise. That way it doesn't unpeel when you screw your other guy on here. Oh, come on. Okay, let's. Don't do this enough. So you see, if you do it right, you see how I got this coming off the roll like this, and it makes it way easier for putting it on. Don't struggle with it quite as much. Alright. So we'll just. So we can't get you that, that's for sure. So of course, this ain't quite too much of a waste of material or time, because down the road, if need be, you know, I might have to use this again. Or if I need this stuff, as I said, because of these crimps, I can pop the crimp off and get the brass fitting out if I need it for something else down the road. Oh, missed them. Oh, come on. Got them this time. Oh. Stick my foot in the tub. There we go. There's one. Slam a little further on there. Okay. There's two. Alright. So now what I need is another piece of PAX. So I'm just gonna cut one here, and with my shower hose, that should all be nice and long enough there. Alright, so hope I didn't bump the camera there. Hopefully it didn't change the angle. Alright, so these guys, and this guy on one end. Go ahead and crimp this guy here. Okay. Fighting with it. Right. This guy. Stick this in. Yeah, he slid down on me a bit there. Too much on the end, but this is not a big deal. We just want to be able to loop some water through. I could have done it with just putting it on. We're supposed to use warm water to rinse this. So I could have done it with putting it on the hot, but then of course hot water starts to get pretty hot. So if I do it this way, at least I can control the water, because of course I got bills on them here. So to draw back to this, of course I'll have to can't do it that way, so I will do it this way. I was thinking of using the hose, and I could screw a garden hose on it, and use the spray nozzle that way, but I forgot that there's not a 1/2 inch fitting on the spray nozzle. It's hot. Makes it a little cold. Okay, so the cold guy wants to leak it and get her enough, so I'll have to tighten that up. Much about her. Alright, so check this hot. This hot's gonna leak. I don't think the hot was leaking. Under the tub, okay. And of course she's leaking under my tub. Where's my tail? I had a feeling she would leak there. There's the tail. Alright, well. Okay, so let me turn this off. Turn this off. And we'll go get some more tails. A couple more anyways, because the drain's leaking, which I figured it would. Yeah, this is gonna be the okay. Okay, so hopefully that'll take care of that.